So I was stuck in my body. I couldn't move. I could feel my body, but nothing worked. I couldn't move. And I could kind of feel shadowy figures out there. And it was creepy as all get out until I discovered this hack that flipped everything around. I know you've probably been in this situation. Actually, sleep paralysis is a common situation. Most people in the world have sleep paralysis at least at one point in their life. Some people have it repeatedly. But I'm going to show you how sleep paralysis is actually one of the best things you can do when you're trying to have a lucid dream. Because as it turns out, that kind of sleep paralysis and lucid dreaming are two sides of the same coin. And when you realize how to flip that coin over easily, you will get rid of sleep paralysis that way because you'll be able to utilize it and it'll become a habit so much that you'll go straight to the lucid dream and skip the sleep paralysis. I haven't had sleep paralysis in decades, let's just say that. And the last, well, probably 10 years ago, and I was like, so I felt trapped and I felt in my body, but like paralyzed. And you know, that creepy, that almost terror sets in. And then I was like, well, wait a second. Hold it. I know what this is. This is the good stuff. I'm going to use it. And I did. And it was fantastic. Now I'm going to teach you how to do that too. Now, if this sounds like a good idea to you, put down in the comments, because write down in the comments what you would do in that situation if you had sleep paralysis. I'd like to know how many people have had sleep paralysis and what they did to get out of it, because obviously you get out of it, right? You get out of it one way or another. You get out of it, either you're terrorized out of it or you go into lucid dreaming or some other stuff we will go on in later on in this channel, because sleep paralysis is actually a very good sign. It's just not utilized correctly, and that's why it terrorizes people. So why does sleep paralysis happen? Well, it's because your body is asleep and your mind is awake. Your body is put into a paralysis naturally so that you don't walk around and play out your dreams. So if you're having a dream that you get out of bed and there's a highway by your bed and you just run down that highway, right? Um, you don't get out of bed and run face plant into a solid object on the other side of the room and break your neck or whatever, right? It's not a good thing. Actually, sleep paralysis shows that you have a good thing going. Your biology is good, because there is a disease where people don't have sleep paralysis and they do wake out, act out their dreams. This is also common in pets as well. You can some pets you can see a lot of. They're like right on the edge. You'll see the paws twitching and all that. And there are videos online where the dogs don't have good sleep paralysis and start like galloping. Right. I shouldn't say they have good sleep paralysis. Their body chemistry is a little off, and so the body doesn't shut down like it should, and it acts out the dreams physically, and that's not a good thing. So, and it can cause problems. I mean, there have been people who have don't have the good body chemistry and have acted out um, things and hurt themselves and hurt others. And we won't go into all that, but it's very important. And you can imagine back in the old days when we were cave people and we were living in caves, it wasn't a great idea to just walk out of the cave and think you're walking down a field of dreams and actually there's all these predators out there waiting to eat you. Wasn't a good thing, so we don't do it. So sleep paralysis is not only natural, it's healthy, and it's beneficial for lucid dreaming and other things too. So let's get to it. Oh, and the hallucinations. Hallucinations often come with sleep paralysis. That's just your negative part of your mind well, you feel like out of control. You feel like you're trapped. And that is going to project that. It's going to project, oh, what's going on? I can't move. Is there anybody else in the room? And then you start projecting this. Your mind, okay, can project this out, even though your body cannot. So your mind is kind of like in this sleep state, but your body is definitely not. And this is where the disconnect is. But that's good. You're going to use it. Hold on there. So you're going to probably feel that panic in the beginning. I feel it, and I have a lot of experience in this. Now, I have gotten to a point where I realize this is basically a gold mine for right to pop into. It's very rare for me to pop into it, and because I know I've trained my body and mind to go 1, 2, 3 instead of stopping at 2 and just sleep paralysis. And don't fight it. A lot of people, what I did back in the day is I tried to fight it. You can't fight it. I mean, because you try and physically fight it, but it's not a physical environment. You're in your mind, in your body. So fighting it is really just fighting yourself. And and when you fight yourself, who do you think the loser is going to be? Well, there's only 2 participants. Oh, right, there's only one. You're going to be the loser. You don't want to be the loser of your own fight. Okay, so how do you hack this? You have to start wiggling your body. This is a good technique to start if you want to lucid dream, because you want to reboot your body. So try and move something. Now, the body is actually, when you're in it like this, it's very expansive. So you might want to try and wiggle your toes, or wiggle your finger, or wiggle your tongue, or your lips, or whatever, right? Just concentrate on something in that general area. Little movements like this, or like that's it. That's all it takes, and that will reboot the body. Then when the body comes back online, it starts to everything will start to coalesce. You won't feel stuck like you're in a shell, and you won't start projecting negativity outward. So the time I tried this, I felt you feel trapped. Like you feel you're trapped in your room, and now you're trapped in your body, and you can't do anything, and you're wondering what's going on outside of your body, and if like bad things could happen to you, and you couldn't react to it, right? But hey, if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, bad things can happen to you without you reacting to it 8 hours a day. Why is this 2 seconds so important? You're projecting. So don't fight it. Just use it as a point of jumping off into a lucid dream. And as usual, I try and give preventatives so that you can trigger lucid dreams before they happen, or in this case, a preventative so it doesn't trigger right, sleep paralysis before it happens. Studies indicate that sleeping on your side make it about 80% less likely to have sleep paralysis. And a lot of you guys like to sleep on your side. I'm a back sleeper. And now I have a CPAP machine that gently puts air in. It makes it a higher pressure air thing so that it pushes the back of my tongue out of the way so that everything's clear. Clears up my sinuses too while it's at it. It makes lucid dreaming a lot more possible for me and gives me a better sleep. But that's all a side note. I sleep on my back all the time. That makes it more likely that you're going to have a sleep paralysis. Personally, I've never known to have a sleep paralysis on my side. I don't know why. It's just, I think it has to do with the body chemistry. Like on your back is what your body is built, hardwired to think of as a sleep position. So if you're on your back and all signs say you're asleep, the body can go to sleep. Now it doesn't, and that's kind of the problem there, right? So your body went to sleep when your mind really wasn't there yet. It was kind of disconnected from the whole thing. So you're in a dream state with your mind and your body is asleep on its own. It's sleep paralysis. So what I do nowadays, and what I did the last time, nowadays, and the last time was like 10 years ago, is that I decided to go directly into a lucid dream. That I knew what the state was. I knew I was completely safe. I knew everything about it. I had talked about it. I had lived it a million times, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So basically, what you can do is you can instead of projecting and trying to be in the state of where you're in your body, but your body is outside of you, sort of thing, and you're stuck at because it kind of feels like you're rattling around in your body, like your body is the size of a house and you're in it and it's empty, right? And you can't do anything, but you can do something. You can think about the last time you had a lucid dream, baby. Right? The last time you had a lucid dream, and you can ask yourself to project yourself into that situation. Now, that's not 100% likely that you're going to be lucid when you get there, but it's going to pop you right out of the paralysis. Right out of the paralysis. There are some other techniques too that you can use that people use in sleep paralysis to have out of body experiences, which we will get into later in this channel. But right now, this is how to lucid dream from it or dream. You just ask yourself and you remember it and you think about it and you'll be there. That's just how, because the mind is already in that state. It's just the body that's not in the state. Or you can try and move something and then that reboots the body and gets the body online and everything comes together again. So once again, if you had sleep paralysis and you fixed it, or if I gave you a tip that you've never heard before, or anything else really, you want to hear about something else, put it down in the comments down below. Remember to like the video, and if you're not already a subscriber and you want to be a subscriber, hit the subscriber thing down below. And let's go. Let's get out there and have those wonderful lucid dreams and do amazing things and live. I mean, it's like nothing you've ever felt before, man. It's like Disney World. It's like being in a movie where you're the director and the main character. Video game slash movie slash star slash director slash Neo in the Matrix. So let's get out there and do it, people.